If I ask you, standing in a classroom, what are the parts of the room? You can say fan, light, chair, table, etc. If I ask you, what are the parts of our body? Here you can say hands, legs, nose, ears, inside our body, heart, kidneys, lungs, etc. In these two cases, if the definition is asked, one can say each part of the room is called parts of room and each part of our body is called parts of body. In the same manner, if the definition of parts of speech is asked, you can easily say each part of the speech is called parts of speech. If I bring a little change here, the matter will be more clearer. Suppose speech means sentence and sentence's part means word. Now we can say words makes up sentences and that is why they're called parts of speech. One interesting fact is that depending on their usage, the words of this universe can be divided into 8 groups only. These 8 groups are nouns, pronouns, verbs, adjectives, adverbs, prepositions, conjunctions, and interjections. For example, I eat rice. Here, I, eat, and rice are all parts of speech. We cannot name a single word that does not fall into any of these 8 groups. Have you ever thought why nouns is the first? No, I haven't either, but I have found a good reason for it. You see, the universe is noun, the world is noun, and everything in it is called noun. In other words, we all think about noun, we go to noun, noun loves noun, and sometimes noun hates noun. The universe is centered towards noun. One example of nouns are, for example, Abi and Erpi are good players. Here, Abi, Erpi, and players are all nouns. So now, if we come to the definition of nouns, it is the name of anything is called nouns. Pronoun. Pro, meaning instead of or in the place of, plus nouns. Often using the same name over and over again. For example, Abir verb does this, Abir verb goes there, Abir verb likes this, can annoy the speaker and the listener, and they can get bored after a while. Again, we come across a long name sometimes which writing over and over again can be very hard and annoying. In these cases, pronouns can be used. Pronouns can be used to replace Abi and Erpi and form to they in the sentence they run very quickly. Besides, he, she, it are other pronouns. The definition of pronouns are words that stands instead of nouns are called pronouns. Verbs. Pronouns and nouns are both the sides of a same coin. They cannot leave a moment without work. They work while they're sleeping and even while they're standing. This is not exactly like physics work. No creature in this world can live without work. The words that makes this work possible are called verbs. For example, Abir verb plays football. Here, plays is a verb. In English, continuing a conversation can be very difficult without the usage of verbs. For example, I am Abir verb. Here, am is a verb. Again, we can say he became fat. Before he was thin and now he became fat. A verb tells us the action someone or something is performing, the process of change he or she is going through, and the state he or it is in. Adjective. Have you ever thought of adjective? Have you thought of the horrors that would occur if there were no adjective? You're smart. Would anyone know about it? No, no one would know. Adjective has given us this opportunity. Adjective has given us the opportunity to describe our values, numerals, and dimensions. Adjectives are words which describes nouns and pronouns. However, there is a sad fact. Adjective often limits the usage of nouns and pronouns. We can say Pintu is a bad boy. Here, bad is an adjective describing boy. As we already said Pintu is a bad boy, we can no longer say Pintu is a good boy. Pintu is limited between either being bad or good. With this, we can come to another definition of adjective. Adjectives limits the usage of nouns and pronouns. Adverb. Adverbs is a very strange name among the parts of speech. If we break it up, add plus verb, meaning something that adds to a verb. We can say, he runs. Now we can add something to it. He runs quickly. One interesting fact is that adverbs does not only modify verbs, but modifies all parts of speech except pronouns and nouns, including adjective, verbs, other adverbs, conjunction, preposition, interjections, and even whole sentences. For example, Kabir verb runs quickly. Here, quickly is modifying runs, which is a verb. He is a very good student. Here, very is modifying good, which is an adjective. Neela sings extremely well. Here, extremely is modifying well, which is an adverb. The crows flew exactly over our head. Here, exactly is modifying over, which is a preposition. We dislike him simply because he is a liar. Here, simply is modifying because, which is a conjunction. Unfortunately, Neela could not continue her study. Here, unfortunately is modifying the rest of the sentence. Preposition. If I say, I sit the chair, then I can't sit on the chair properly. However, when I say I sit on the chair, now I can sit on the chair properly. Even if someone is not available on the scene, if he or she hears that I sit on the chair, he or she will believe that I could indeed sit. Prepositions are words which creates a relation with one word to another. Prepositions are words placed before nouns and nouns equivalent to show its relation with the other words in a sentence. Conjunctions. Conjunctions are called joining words. They join a couple of words like bridges. Sometimes they join two phrases and even two sentences. They are like the railway links that holds railway wagons together. For example, Samir and Sanjoy plays together. Here, and is a conjunction. I am ill, but he is well. Here, but is a conjunction. Interjection. We often come across words, phrase, or sometimes just noises that we use to express our sudden feelings or emotions with. Interjections are these words which are often triggered by pain, pleasure, surprise, etc. Interjections include hark, hush, tut, tut, pish, alas, bark, whoosh, whoa, etc. and so on.